Hello? I
Excusez-moi.
know. Yes? You said excuse me, how can I help you? Hi everyone. How's it going? How's it going? Welcome in. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. I have had some really big life changes so far and I cannot wait to talk to you about it. But before we say hello, we are going to be singing our good morning song. So if it is daytime, your time, drop in some suns. If it is nighttime, your time, drop in some moons. And unfortunately, I forgot to run an ad, so we'll be bombarded by ads for a little bit. Sorry, guys. Let's go sing the good morning song anyway. Good morning to Chad, how are you? Good morning to Chad, how are you? Good morning to you, good morning to me, good morning to Chad, how are you? Good morning to Chad, how are you? Good morning to Chad, how are you? Good morning to you, good morning to me, good morning to Chad, how are you? Good morning, everybody. Konnichiwa to everyone else. My name is Sinna, and you can call me Sinna. It's good to see you. I'm a Just Chatting YouTuber, primarily doing a lot of variety. I like doing things and I like talking about stuff. And today, boy, are we going to be talking about stuff because I just bought a big girl purchase. But before that, my disappearance is here. There's another big purchase that I need to do apparently, and it's to upgrade my very lovely PC because she has been fighting me somehow. I'm hiding because I'm scared of you guys. I'm scared of you. You guys are scary. No, I'm just kidding. We're currently... You guys! My computer is lagging and I don't know why, unfortunately, so that's what's up. Let me quickly say hello to everybody. Arbs, it's good to see you. Welcome in. How are you? Lucifer, it's good to see you, Lucifer. Welcome in. Hazy Maroon, it's so good to see you as well. Naomi, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you so much, everybody, for redeeming the daily blessings. I am happy to see you. Tomo, hi. Welcome in. How's it going? Welcome in. Existential Dorito, hi. How are you? Happy last day of Pride Month, you guys. It's our last day of Pride Month. Can you believe? It's here. This is it. This is the last day of Pride Month. I hope you were able to have a wonderful Pride Month. I hope it was like good. I also hope that it was relaxing. I certainly held a lot of tension in the beginning of June. Like I would say the first 2 weeks of June, I was incredibly stressed out. And in the third week of June, I was busy with like social things. And only now, only in the fourth week of June, the last week of June, has everything felt actually like it's calming down. Which is bad because that means I missed all of Pride Month. I wanted to do so many things for Pride Month, but I didn't end up doing it because I was incredibly busy this month. Hopefully next year will be a little bit better. Or maybe we'll just celebrate like a belated Pride Month later on. Who knows? We'll do something. We'll do some stuff. But welcome in, everybody. How are you? It's been a while. I want to give you a couple of updates. In case you are wondering, something happened in my life where my house finally got renovated. Finally! You guys have no idea how long it took for my house to get renovated. It's actually really, really nuts. Let me see if I can show it to you guys, okay? Let me see if I can show it to you guys, because it genuinely took forever. So, let me show you. Oh, I forgot how to stream. See, if you don't stream consistently, you tend to forget what you're supposed to do. You do tend to forget. My recommendation is that you should be streaming every day. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Love this couple, by the way. This couple's rad. We love no lo-fi AI and also no AI lo-fi. They do everything in a house and also they have a cool dog. Who doesn't like a cool dog? Anyway, do you guys see that? Over the past 4 days or so, some very, very nice men came in to patch up the holes of my roof. of my ceiling. And let me tell you, I went from 5 holes to now I have zero holes, which is very, 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 very nice. So these were once called my nightmare holes because it was just scary being able to stare up into the darkness, you know? I couldn't really sleep very well because I felt very exposed. So, also, there was this horror movie. Guys, do you know about the horror movie of a guy living in someone's house? I don't know what horror movie that's called, but there's a horror movie where this guy was secretly living in this person's house. And he started like being super duper weird. There's also word that there might be like supernatural things in the house, right? But ever since I watched that movie, I became super paranoid about someone living in my house. So having these holes open, this is obviously closed, having these like nightmare holes open for like several weeks did poorly for my mental health. Especially because I was also stressed out of my mind. But now that the holes are patched up, now that there are no more nightmare holes, I am feeling way better. I am feeling less anxious. I can finally sleep through the night because I don't feel as exposed anymore. Now the only way that someone can come in or out of my house or my room is through the door, you know? And I have a sword by that door. So if anybody wants to try, I always go to bed strapped up and ready. Just in case. Oh my lord. It took a lot of nagging for me to be able to get 0 holes in my room. So I am very, very incredibly pleased that now we have 0 holes in my room. By the way, there is currently an ad playing. If you're watching through the ad, thank you so much. I'll talk a little bit more after the ad is done, okay? Thank you guys for being super duper patient. And I am so very sorry for forgetting about... I feel bad. Sorry, everybody, for forgetting how to do stream stuff and not running the ads during the just chatting screen. Ew. Sorry. It makes me feel sad whenever that happens because I feel bad for forgetting, you know? But yeah, I hope everybody is having a wonderful month so far, though. How was your week? I hope your week was good. I hope the last 4 days without me was good. But yeah, between this and my very terrible internet connection that's been happening, I wasn't able to stream much. So sorry about that, you guys. I've had some really bad internet issues as well. Anyway, I'm just gonna put this up while we chat a little bit. So that's it. I am no longer feeling anxious because finally my nightmare holes are covered. No more covered holes. Existential Dorito says, I do good. I woke up super early, went to the store in my PJs, bought some cake and Doritos, come back home, fell asleep, and now I'm awake and stuff I brought is my breakfast. Wow, that's so nice! That's so cool! Did you have a good time eating the cake and the Doritos? And now oh my gosh, that sounds delicious. What did I eat for breakfast today, you guys? Oh, I didn't eat breakfast actually. I didn't eat breakfast besides nope, I didn't eat. Did I eat fruit? Oh no, I did. I went on a run. I went on a run today. Early in the morning, I woke up and I immediately went on a run. I came home and my mother had oranges ready for me. So I was eating some oranges and it was very, very yummy. It was delicious. So I had some oranges and then I went out to eat lunch with my father and now I'm back home. But you guys, I am starting to feel like my social battery is like depleting itself. Depleting, I should say, depleting. So probably for the next, like tomorrow, I'll probably stream, but I'm probably not gonna go anywhere anymore because I'm tired. I'm tired. I have been going outside. I have been touching grass for 4 days straight, either just like running with my dad, walking with my dad, eating lunch with my dad, you know. I think it's just too much social. I need to go back. I need to go back into my little wormy hole. So tomorrow I'll probably not do anything, but on Wednesday I'm gonna be seeing a friend, and I'm very excited for it. There's like 10 holes in your room. Honestly, I would recommend patching up the holes. It is very, very helpful not to feel so exposed. And for me especially, you guys, like dust would come down from like the top of the holes. So I was also feeling some type of way about it. I feel like I couldn't really get enough sleep because I was worried I was gonna be inhaling dust, you know? My holes were also not super big. My holes were very small. So that is that too. Pico, hi, welcome in. Hi, Pico. How are you? I hope you're good. Sakunog as well, hi. Thank you so much for always coming, and thank you for lurking, and thank you for redeeming the daily blessing. It means the world. Saku, I don't know if you know, but I do notice you. Thank you so much for coming over almost every single stream. It really does mean the world. Thank you. Ice Essential Dorito, there's 3 movies like that? That's way too many movies. That's a lot of there's a lot of movies about people being stuck in the ceiling? Oh my lord. Terrifying. Is it a bad time to tell you that those movies are based on true stories? No, I know that they're based on true stories. That's why I'm like terrified of having holes in my ceiling. Don't get me wrong, you guys. There's absolutely zero way. No way. There's zero way that a human man can be like... There's no way for the humans to be able... Like, no human is able to live in, like, the cracks in my ceiling, but still, it's terrifying, right? Is the most adult thing that you've ever done, but last time I went to touch grass, the grass touched me. Oh, no! Did you get hurt by the grass? I hope not. Oh, my lord. You're, like, near the ceilings, Naomi. That's the same thing with me. Like, all the stuff is near the ceilings, too. Tails, hi, Past. How are you? Welcome in. I hope you're good. Past, I heard your poem that you submitted over to Yumi. It was so beautiful. It was like the haunting moon or the moon haunt. I was listening to it. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I also submitted a poem, but I haven't heard my poem being read, so I'll have to do that later. It was so cool. Oh my gosh, you guys, I watched a part of Yumi's 5K stream yesterday. I unfortunately was not able to stay the entire way through because my internet decides to like poop itself, which is incredibly unfortunate. Because I love it whenever she does things like, you know, like for 1K she did like a stream on YouTube, and then 2K she went to like the mountains. 3K I don't remember what she did for the 3K. Was it like to the... I don't remember where she did. But I really like all her concepts, and I really want to try like adopting some of them because I think it's really, really neat. I love just the way that she does like big celebrations. So I really want to do that. I think we're gonna do that because we just celebrated 3.5K. I think I want to do like a little celebration for 3.5K. It'll be fun. Fresso, hi Fresso, welcome in. Thank you also for redeeming the daily blessing. I hope you're good. Dr. Pegasus, Consina, how are you? Welcome in. My name is Sinarin. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I'm a variety streamer. Normally do a lot of just chatting in English, but I also speak in Indonesian as well. Thank you for coming over when Twitch recommended to you. It recommended me to you, I should say. I love it. I love when people click on me after they get a recommendation from Twitch. It just like, dude, that's so sweet. You know, like you could have just scrolled by, but you saw my recommendation and you decided to come by, and I appreciate it. Your day is a disaster. Well, I hope that after being here for about 5 minutes, you'll be able to feel just a tad bit better. Okay, just a tad bit better. We were talking about nightmare holes and how we have holes in our ceiling, and Naomi was talking about how she has like rats. She has rats in her ceiling. You guys, our question of the day. I think I gotta like unpin my message right now. Because we do have a question of the day. RQTD. RQTD. What's a superpower you'd like? What's a superpower that you'd like to have? Inquiring minds would like to know. A lot of our folks already saw this message over on the Discord, so if you are ever interested in checking out the Discord, you can answer your messages already, and I read every single one of them. Let's see, from the Discord itself. Mr. Cinerin Indigo. Oh, Mr. Indigo says like Mr. Telekinesis is a choice. Badger says whatever Magneto's powers are called. Cal said electromagnetism. Sam says super speed. That's a really good one. Naomi says teleportation. Nerdy says the power to refill any container at will. Nerdy, that is exactly what I would say. Exem says material creation, being able to create materials out of thin air. Kago says, I've always wanted Iceman's powers because there's moisture in pretty much everything. I think it'll be cool because he's considered an Omega level mutant. Mr. Cat says, power to be average at everything that I do. Mr. Cat, I actually did like a really good point. Being average is actually really, really cool. Oh my gosh. It's so cool. Pico says telekinesis. Arb says teleportation. I don't know which one I would choose. I am in between like being able to fill up any container of my choosing versus, honestly, I really like Mr. Cat's suggestion. I don't have to be an expert at anything, but it'll be really, really cool to be average at everything. Just like being able to hold like a conversation in every single language seems really nice. Like I would assume that's average, you know, like you don't need to be an expert at a language to travel. You just need to know A, how the frick do I go to the bathroom, right? B, how do I call a taxi, right? C, how do I, you know, in case something happens to me, how do I ask for help? Like those conversations are so useful, like if you want to travel. So to me, I feel like being average at everything, that's a pretty OP superpower. Ah, so cute. Ymir says, do you know that you can manage your money by giving Ciderin your bits? That wit will be weak. No, Ymir, that's so funny and so true. All the bits and all the subs that we currently have are currently being, I say the word currently a lot. All the subs and the bits that you've given me this month are going towards my cover song, you guys. I'll be singing. I'll be singing, you guys. I'll be singing, and I'm so excited for it. I'll be singing for all of you, and I'm really excited for it. Tomo's locked in the studio as we speak, so don't you worry, she's not going anywhere. Dr. Pegasus says, I want to be super lucky. Honestly, super lucky is also a really good choice. That's a really good choice for a superpower. Adi, hi! Thank you so much for lurking and thanks for saying hi. I hope you're doing good and I hope you're staying healthy today. Dr. Pegasus asks, what are you playing today? So we are going to do a little bit of chatty chats about what I've been up to and where I've been for the past 4 days. And then we are going to be playing a little bit of, there's a couple of things that I really want to play. One, I want to play a game for, I want to play a game with my good friend Igane, aka Enoki, because I love her and I think she's wonderful. So I'm gonna be playing Peak with Enoki today. And then I'm also probably going to be playing this demo. I've been really interested in this demo, you guys. It's called Bookbinding. The devs kindly reached out to me and was just like, hey, you know, you said that you're very interested in this game. Here you go. You know, feel free. You know, I hope you like it. Either that or Ship, Inc. The devs also reached out to me for Ship Inc. And they were like, hey, are you like keen on possibly playing this game? And I looked at it and it seemed very interesting. So we have lots of games to go forward to it, actually. A good superpower would be being at least barely make it on everything you do. Oh my gosh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Dr. Pegu says, are you playing horror? No, I'm not doing horror. I'm not a horror content creator. You have no reason to apologize. It's so sweet that you would even like to stay and support. Thank you. But no, I'm not a horror content creator. I don't do horror. Don't worry. My weak heart is not due to medical reasons. I'm just a coward. So unlike you, I don't have an excuse. I should be able to play horror games, but it's just not something that I'm interested in. So no horror games for me. Probably none. So you don't have to worry about that. Don't you worry. Frost, enjoy your Umbreon. We hope it's good. Anyway, you guys, even a small surprise is too much for my heart. I don't think you'll be seeing a lot of surprises from me, unless you think like dogs are surprising. I don't know. Chat, would you say that I am that there's a lot of like surprising things in my stream? My streams are normally very comfy, very cozy. I would say like my trademark is I'm a very comfy, cozy streamer. Ymir, no! Don't scare our new friend. We must make them stay. I feel like the only shocking thing is that sometimes I would say the most like ridiculous, sometimes I would just say stuff, you know, and that's unfortunate for all of you guys that are listening. But I doubt that there's actually anything that is like super terrible. So no, I think you are going to be okay. Considered streaming is already shocking. What do you mean? I stream relatively regularly. In fact, I would say that I'm a pretty consistent streamer. Like I stream at least twice a week, you know? So I would say I'm doing good in that front. Last week I streamed for 3 or 4, you guys. You should be proud of me. I streamed for 3 or 4 times. Oh my God. That was already like big. I know, I also like winning, Lucifer. One time my friend surprised me for a joke. I got hospitalized from a heart attack. Thankfully survived from that. That's an awful friend. Holy smokes. I am so sorry that you had to deal with that, Dr. Pegasus. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know. Like, mistakes happen. Dude, I get it. Mistakes happen. But like, if your friend knows, I don't know. Like, if your friend knows that you have a weak heart, wouldn't you? I don't. Am I like crazy to say that? To think that? Like, I don't know. To me, if I know a friend is like super light, like a light, how do I say light? Like, what, lightweight. I say lightweight, but I don't think that's the word that I'm thinking of. If I know one of my friends is just not that good with like horror stuff, I don't want to take the risk of being the one that sends them to the hospital. But again, that's just me. So to me, it's a little bit crazy that someone would do that. And I'm so very sorry. I'm so sorry that that happened to you, my sweet friend. I hope you know that people aren't like that. People are generally super chill in my stream. We only do the silly little goofs once in a while. But yeah. What was I about to say? Ymir says, what do you call a plant that scares you? Baboo! I would say the most shocking thing about my stream is that sometimes people would come in with the most ridiculous, silly jokes. And that always makes me laugh. You guys, you're so silly. Anyway, let's talk about the biggest thing that has come from my wonderful experience this week. You guys, hold your applause. Hold your applause, because this is, in my opinion, this is very big for me. I have a Stream Deck! Yippee! Just to give y'all a little bit of transparency, I have been saving up for a while to get a Stream Deck, and it finally came. And I finally was able to purchase it. I have enough funds for the Stream Deck. And in case anybody's wondering, no, I didn't use any of the funds that you give me for like stream and all that stuff. This is all coming from my personal paycheck. And I'm gonna do a little bit of like, well, I already unboxed it, but I wanted to take you along for the unboxing anyway. So we're gonna watch like the little videos that we got, that I took. And then I am also going to be showing you guys how I managed to even achieve this. Before we start, I don't want to see any comments about like, oh my God, you spent such a large amount of money on a Steam Deck. I think if anybody can look it up and you know like how much a Steam Deck costs, I will admit it is a lot of money. That's why I planned, like, I didn't buy this overnight. I don't know if you know, but the Steam Deck has been out for 2 years. And it takes me a little bit, like, give or take, about a year to save up for it, okay? So I don't want to see any comments that is like it's called pocket watching, where you're like, where some people are just like, oh my god, Cinnamon, how are you able to afford all these things? I'll tell you guys, budgeting. I did all this because I have a budget. And we're about to talk about it. And that's how we do it. Yee. Yeah. I just noticed some of my friends most of my friends are very happy, which is sweet. And I see that you guys are being very sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope this will inspire you to either, have your own Steam Deck in the future, or maybe it'll help you with other purchases in your life. Anyway, we're gonna do our unboxing. I took a lot of pictures, and I also took a lot of videos so that way I can share it with you guys, especially since I know yesterday my internet was so catastrophic. You guys, my internet was so catastrophic yesterday. I could not stream at all. I could barely watch YouTube. That's how bad it was. But yeah, this is what the box looked like. This is where it came. And as you can see, there's a companion cube over here. And it's so cute. But just to give you a little bit of, I think the symbol means like, make sure that it's this way up. And it's like, hey, this is fragile, make sure you handle it with lots of love. I think this means that the box is rather water resistant, but it's probably not waterproof. Like, it's slightly water resistant. Maybe it means like avoid from rain as well. It is a fragile thing. Please don't let it near electromagnetic things. And then finally, this is a product from Steam. That's a big box for a handheld logo. It's a really big logo. It's huge. Ymir says you got one too from FB Marketplace. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I did not want anything secondhand because I've had terrible experience with secondhand stuff. Did I tell you guys that one of my like Elgato products was secondhand and it broke within like 2 months, which makes me so sad. So from that on, I was like, you know what? Any electricity, if I can afford it, I'm just going to make sure that I want to be sure to like get it. And I got a good deal. I should have known better. I got a good deal out of it. That's how you know, you guys. Nothing is as good as it seems. Let me start with this. One of the pearls of wisdom that I learned with like budgeting stuff. Actually, I'll talk about it later. This is me opening it for the very first time. Hey, it's our first time opening our Steam Deck. Wow, so pretty. Wow. Oh. Look, it's a Steam Deck OLED limited edition, and it's white. And it's white. There's a box. All right, I need to put this down and open everything. But yeah, as you can see, this is what it all came with. That's the Steam Deck right there. There's the Steam Deck. That was very nice. You gotta open the seal. And after opening the plastic, go back. After opening the plastic, this is what it looks like. I opened it already. I think I already failed at opening the seal. Help! I can't open it. I don't know if you can tell, but I can't open it. I can't open it with one hand. No. Can't use two hands because I want to take a video. Yeah! I broke it. Yoda, okay, I used two hands. So I had to use two hands after that. So I opened... Do you see how it's shiny? It's so pretty. Oh, look at that. It's shiny. Wow. Why is it... It's not... Wow. 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 It's shiny. It's really shiny. It's really nice. Wow. Whoa. So cool. Can I say, my heart started beating so fast when I started opening this. It's like, this thing feels so... like, genuinely, it's so premium. It feels like so... Oh yeah, I couldn't open this too with only one hand. Okay. It was tough. So that was that. And so, okay. Can you hear that, you guys? It's very hard. You can tell because I'm knocking on it. Also, I got a sock. I don't know what that sock is for. Now we're gonna open it with one hand because I'm a genius. See, I'm a genius. See, I'm a genius, guys. I can open things with one hand. Reveal? Oh, it's so cool. Oh, that is nice. So yeah, that's the Steam Deck. I got it. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's so good. It just feels so like I have bought a lot of electronics in the past, right? I have bought a lot of things in the past. I will say this was probably the best feeling of like opening it all up, and it's only because I used my own money in order to buy this, and also I just like, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels good, you know, like this is such a premium product. I was super impressed, super duper impressed. Good job to Valve for doing this. It's so nice. It's very, very cool. So I'm sure you guys are wondering, how did I do it? But first I need to turn on the music again because that was my reaction and you've already listened to my reaction. Here's how we do it. This is Budgeting 101 with Synneren. We'll talk about it. But just so you know, this is not like financial advice, and some of you probably already know it. But this is for those that might not necessarily, you know, maybe nobody taught them how to do budgeting and all that stuff. This is mostly for you. I just want to share personally how I achieved this thing in order, you know, from like scrimping a little bit, from not like spending exorbitantly and all that stuff. But yeah, don't take this as like personal financial advice. Take it with a grain of salt of like, this is what my streamer did. This is what my Oshi did to get this cool product after years of saving, and this is what I do, you know? I get it. If you have other things that are more important, obviously, that's like feed yourself first. Make sure that you are helping yourself out first. Okay, I noticed that the music is a little bit too loud. Okay, hopefully this is just fine. Let it be known that not everybody is able to afford everything, but you can afford at least one or two big things, right? Like, it's a matter of priority. It depends on what you like. It depends on what is important to you, etc. Right? For me, this was the important thing, you know, like this was the important thing that I really wanted, because it shows that I have a budget that works, you know. So to me, this was like a testament of my budget working, you know, like I was able to save up for the Steam Deck relatively quickly, in my opinion, and it's all because I have like a good budget going. And so because this is like my prize, because I have a budget, I was able to buy this really cool thing, you know? And to me, that is like a valuable thing, you know? Some people might spend it on like a really expensive bag. Some people might spend it on a really expensive car. That's their prerogative. That's not mine. I wanted a Steam Deck, and so I got a Steam Deck after like months and months and months of saving. Let me tell you the short answer first. How did I do it? The short answer was I just saved, you know? I worked really, really hard in my day job, and then I got paid for it, and then I made sure that I saved up a little bit over time, right? This is the short answer. This is how I was able to do it. We're not gonna go into like the big nitty-gritties for this, but I figured I could just like help you guys out, even if it's a little bit. I hope this will help someone out and inspire them to actually like make a budget, you know? Yum, yum, yum. And so here's the long answer. The long answer of everything. I had a very complicated several months, and I would say one of the biggest things is to get yourself a budget. Number one thing. So how do you find a budget? Number one is to not be afraid. You have to start actually looking at your bank statements. You have to record your expenditures. You have to find your non-negotiables, put it in a budget, and then build it. For all the Indonesians out there, I use something called Superbank to help me out with this. I usually transfer. What I did was I opened up something called a sakuku, like it's called like a wallet essentially, and I put in money every single month into that Superbank, which then I put the money into like the wallet, the e-wallet essentially. So every single month I did this. Every single month I did this. In addition, we also have in Superbank, they have like the celengan ayam or something like that. And I put in money over there too, with the express purpose that whenever I'm ready, I can break that celengan and I can put it into the Steam Deck fund. So all of this is for the Steam Deck fund. Everything that I put in Superbank is all the Steam Deck fund. But yeah, I put aside what I make, and I have a Steam Deck fund. I use it for Superbank for everything, you know. Every time I get paid, before I buy anything, and after dealing with like all my bills, I send money there, you know. Sometimes I was able to send more money. Sometimes, some months, maybe I spent a little bit more that month. I was only able to spend like a little bit. It is what it is. But here's how you do it. There are different kinds of budgets. Now I'm teaching you. This is now Cytterate. This is Cytterate. There's an ad. Damn it. See you in the VODs. Bye, Art. See you later. Also, you claimed to help us with money, but said that it's not financial advice. It's not financial advice in a sense of like, I can't take a look at your financial situation and go, this will 100% work for you. You know what I mean? I am only helping. My role is a helper. My role is a sage. It is not an accountant. Does that make sense? So when I say that it is not financial advice, it is also to save my own butt. I cannot be held responsible for any mistakes that you might make in the future and all that stuff. Because I'm just a silly little guy. I'm only here teaching and educating you about what I know, about what I've learned in my like year or so of building a budget. And now I'm ready to tell you guys about it. That's about it. Ori, hi, welcome in. How's it going? I hope you're good. Thank you so much for coming over and thank you for saying hi. We are currently talking about budgets today. We're learning a little bit more about what kinds of budgets there are and all that stuff. All right, I'm happy to see you here. Thank you for coming over and thanks for sticking around. I'm just gonna wait for like 10 more seconds before I do a little gasp. Alright, I think the ads are finishing up. Thank you everybody for watching through the ads. It does mean a lot to me. Thank you. So, different kinds of budgets. There is, I feel like a lot of people know about this, 50, 30, 20. So 50 is supposed to go towards bills, 30 goes towards what you want, 20% goes to savings and investing, and like you can even break it apart even further. Like, let's say you want to do, like, let's say like all your bills only make up like 30% of your life. Because like every person's life is different, right? Let's say 30% of your bills, or of like your income goes towards like bills and stuff because you live in a relatively like cheap area. Let's say that is not the case for me, but let's say maybe that 50% can go towards something else. I would always recommend, you know, saving up something so that way you can start investing things, etc. I'm not going to talk about investing just because I don't know much about it, but I will send you some resources that can tell you more about what to do. There's also zero-based budgeting, and basically you take the total amount of money you have to spend and start assigning it to your expenses. This one, I feel like it's a bit more... This one I like a little bit, because then essentially it's like you have... Here, I'll show you. So essentially you have like two sides, right? You have your... How much you're paid. Why is this so big? I don't like that it's big. Let's do this one. Like you have your paid... Let's say you're paid like $500. Let's say. And then you have like your budget. This is using the zero budgeting. This is using this, by the way. You could say rent is $100. I wish rent was $100. I know it is not. You know, fun is $200. And basically like you list all of this until you make sure that 500, like whatever you are paid, is equals to zero. You know, like you've already spent all of your money for when you get paid. That's essentially zero-based budgeting. I can also answer some questions if I'm going too fast. I know I tend to go too fast, so let me know. Private, it's good to see you, Private. How are you? Welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're good. But the idea for zero-based budgeting is that you know exactly 100% where your money is going. There are no like surprises, I should say. So if you are paid $500, you should be using all of that $500, a full amount, all of it, for like rent and for investing and for savings and all that stuff. You're using it for the full amount, right? I am a combination. Let's talk about the rest of it. There's reverse budgeting. For all the friends that might be someone that is like, this was me. I like to spend too much and then realize that I have no money at the end of the month. I feel like this works out for someone that is just like, set it and forget it sort of type. Like, just make up a number. You know how much you get paid, especially for someone that knows how much they get paid every single month, right? You know how much you get paid every single month. Set aside like a number. Don't even do the percentages, because percentages are sometimes confusing for people. Just say like, okay, I am spending $50 every month for savings. You know, this is what I did a combination of these two. I did reverse budgeting and zero-based budgeting, where I basically said, okay, I am every single month, I have $50 of my money is going towards the Steam Deck, right? $50 of the money is going towards the Steam Deck. That's what I did. And I made sure, like, that's just what happens. $50 goes to the Steam Deck. And again, immediately, as soon as I get paid and I took care of bills, I immediately put $50 to the Steam Deck fund, and then I forget it. I forget about it until the next month. And then there's also half payment budgeting. I think this one works better if you're paid twice a month. I am not that person, so this doesn't work for me. And the idea is that you split the cost of your bills by 2. Set aside the money first for the first paycheck to pay the bills, and then live off the rest, and then so on and so forth. Again, you don't know your budget unless you do what? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, unless you go back to your bank statements. You have to look at your bank statements, you guys. You do. You have to see what you have spent in a month. If you want to color coordinate it, you know, like by like rent is this color. The food is like this color. Fun is like this color, etc. Like, I think that's well and good, but you won't know how to use a budget unless you look at your bank statements and you're not afraid of it. It is what it is. It's tough. Of course it is tough. Of course it's tough. Like, it's scary to like look at what you've done. But it's better for you to start now than start later, and then you have no money. What are you gonna do then? Be broke? That's bad. That's bad. I don't really have much to say in like budgeting, but I do want to talk about something else. It's called non-negotiables, and I think it's important to talk about it. And I put it as like the fun and fund. You guys, one thing that you need to know about me is that I love commissioning artists. Almost every single month, I am commissioning an artist. How am I able to afford that? Because I put it in my budget. You know, every month, I set aside 200,000, give or take, 200 to like 500,000, to spend it on art somewhere. You know, let's say I am interested, like, especially if I know, like, I look at my month and I know, like, okay, so-and-so's birthday is coming, right? Like, if I know one of my friends' birthday is coming and they're a VTuber, I usually like commission art of them, right? Like, that's all well and good. Put it in a budget. It's good for you. Just put it in a budget. Put it in a budget. Put the fun in fun. Yeah, no, exactly. Put the fun in fun. Exactly. Teacher Suna in action. Yeah. Teacher Suna in action. Mur, I'm a ghost. Hi, Mur. How's it going? Consina. My name is Suna and it's good to see you. Exam, hi. You're never late. You're just in time. Welcome in. Zelda also, hi. Welcome in. How are you? Consina to everybody. Like, getting toys, I don't know what your non-negotiables are. For me, as I mentioned before, it's commissioning artists, right? Like, I love commissioning artists. So I looked at my previous month's balance. Like, I looked at my, again, what did I look at, you guys? What did I look at? Everybody say it with me. I looked at my bullshit. I'm just kidding. I looked at my BS, aka my bank statements. I looked at my bank statements. I saw how much I spent on commissioning artists, and I said, you're crazy. I love that you're supporting artists, Sina, but you cannot live off of this. So I said, okay, maximum 500K, you know? You can only commission artists up to 500K. And I put it in there. I log it. Okay, every time I commission an artist, I write down their name. I write down what they commissioned me for, or like what I commissioned them for. And then I write down how much it's worth, you know? And this 500K goes to like USD and IDR and all that stuff. Like, it depends on like how much it is. VGen is really extremely helpful because it helps me see, you know? it helps me see like how much the artist costs or how much the piece costs. And if it's over 500, let's say it's more, then I put it in the next month's budget. Like I know that I want to spend like 500K. I set aside 500K to commission artists. What I normally do is, again, you remember how I talked about like, where is it? I talked about Superbank. Do you know how I talked about Superbank? Right? You guys, you need to find a Superbank. You need to find your Superbank, whether it's like PayPal or whatever. Well, maybe not PayPal, because the PayPal is a little bit finicky and sometimes they just withhold your money. Don't do that. But you need to find like another application that will let you hold funds in there, you know? So what I do every single month is, if I want to commission art, whether I commission artists or not, it doesn't matter. I just take out 500K and I go, bam, okay, I am putting this 500K in a wallet, in an e-wallet, in an electronic wallet. I put it in an e-wallet, and then that 500K I can use to commission artists that month, or I let it build up. You know, every single month I do this, you know. So that's what I do. But again, you cannot do this. You cannot do this unless you look at your BS. That's right, you guys, you gotta look at your BS. You gotta look at your bank statements. You have to. You have to. Non-negotiation, that's BS. Exactly. Oh, you guys are so smart. Oh my god, my children are so smart. Oh, you guys, I appreciate you. Non-nego itu kayak gimana sih? Okay. Some of you might have non-negotiables like setiap bulan, you know, right? Setiap bulan you want to go to eat A&W, you know. Non-negotiables can mean like, I want to buy matcha latte. I love matcha latte. I spend like, let's say you drink matcha latte, 1 cup is like what? Like, sekarang 20,000 kan? Let's say matcha latte is now like what? 20K? Iya gak sih? 20,000 kayaknya itu aja kayaknya murah loh. Kadang-kadang matcha latte zaman sekarang tuh bisa sampai 30,000. Taruhlah 30,000, right? Don't tell, to me, if you're not having fun like per month, you are just going to be miserable, right? That sucks. We don't want that. You know, if one matcha latte costs you like 30K and you have it once a week, right? Kali 4, itu udah berapa? 120,000, right? Make sure this is in your budget. That's your non-negotiable. Just put it in the budget. Setiap bulan, like before you, like as you're building your budget every single month, setiap bulan tuh kayak 120,000 taruh. This is my matcha fund. You know, kalau habis ya udah. That means you don't have any more in your funds, you know? But that's your non-negotiable. You can only take it from here. Indonesia tuh sebenarnya paling gampang. Because we can open things like OVO, right? We have things like Octo something, Octopay or whatever. I don't know if I would recommend, to me, it stresses me out having, like GoPay. Sorry, I forgot about that one. That's like the biggest one. To me, it stresses me out having too many of these. That's why I only stick to just like Superbank. I only have one thing. And GoPay. But GoPay is like, you have to have GoPay. Does that make sense, guys? You have to have it. As an Indonesian, you have to have it. But within these, BCA juga sama. Within these, you have something called wallets. The names are all gonna be different. It's gonna be like Saku or something, a wallet. It's gonna be called like something else, you know? But what you can do is you can just put the money in here. Let's say your OVO account will be for your matcha lattes. I don't know. Maybe your GoPay, right now what I use my GoPay account for is to commission Indonesian artists, right? Because a lot of them take GoPay, which is great. Thank you, Indonesian artists. Everybody that has worked with me. I love you guys, truly. Thank you for your art. Thank you for your skills. So every month I just put in money in GoPay, and that is the month, or that is the amount that I can spend to commission artists. Kalau misalnya, like all of a sudden, let's say at the end of the month, I have a lot more nih. Sebulan ini aku nggak komisi sama sekali, right? This entire month, I didn't spend it on anything. I didn't spend it on any artists. Wow. What if I spend the next month? What if I wait for another month and I spend it on like an artist who's like illustrations are 90 USD, right? 90 USD itu mahal loh. 90 USD itu kayak 1.500.000 or something like that. You know? But if I have like saved up enough and I really want to commission this like really talented artist, why not? Why not? Menurut aku tuh Indonesia paling gampang. Because Indonesia, you have such a nice way to do this. It's so good. Yeah. It's like funding things that you want. Also, XM, hello, welcome in. Thank you so much for the 3-stream watch streak. And Dry Stain, hi, welcome in. Bankerin is here. Full Clip, hi, how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah. Next startup is gonna be big. Trust the wallet. It's called Skibidi Wallet. That's crazy. I don't think you should do Skibidi Wallet, guys. That sounds really stressful. That's scary. No, don't do that. So that's what I would consider that to be non-negotiable. For me, again, for me, I don't drink coffee, right? I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea all that much, right? I don't drink like anything else. Like, this is all for fun. Non-negotiables are your fun money. That also includes like going out to the movies with your friends. Let's say setiap bulan you like hanging out with your friends. Again, you have to look at your what, you guys? You have to look at your what? Before you build a budget, what do you have to look at? The number one thing? That's right. You have to look at your BS. You have to look at your bank statements, guys. Look at your bank statements. Let's say you go out to apa ya? Let's say you go out to the movies lah, nonton lah. Kan keren kan, nonton bareng temen. You go nobar, nonton bareng. I just learned that. Yeah, I'm so smart. You go out to your friends, you go out with your friends, and you spent, let's say, ticket MRT, right? Like, or Gojek or whatever it may be. Let's say totalnya you spent like 200K. And you want this to be a monthly thing, put it in your budget. Tapi you have to be prepared. Just because they're non-negotiables, what is important? What is the most important thing? You have to spend it all first. Before you look at your non-negotiables, you have to spend it all on bills. What do you have to do first? This takes priority. Okay? This takes priority. For me, every month I want to commission artists. I don't really go out that much because I don't have a lot of social battery anyway. I don't. I'm sorry. I got tired. But that's what I would recommend doing, you know? And again, in Indonesia, it's so easy. You have so many like avenues to like save up and all that stuff. It's just a matter of like, how do you actually do it, right? Like, how do you want to make sure that you guys, for this to work, you know? Again, is this good financial advice? I don't know. People will say like, don't, skip the matcha latte. But I'm like, if you don't have a matcha latte every now and again, I think you're going to go crazy. Have the matcha latte. If you drink it like twice a month, put it in the budget twice a month. If you drink it like twice a week, put it in your budget twice a week. You just need a matcha latte. I get it. We all need something. For me, it's commissioning artists. I get a high. I get excited when I commission artists. But I can't do that without a budget. Wondering Disciple says, why the BS and not my AI? I don't know. I think it's important that you have to use your own eyes instead of relying on like AI to figure out your budget. But that's just me. Salmon says, answering your questions to check if we're listening out loud like an actual class. Exactly. It's called call and response. I ask and I expect you guys to answer. Hi Mikshoot, how are you? Seru sekali hari ini gajian numpang lewat doang. Wow, maaf ya kalau misalnya gajiannya kurang. Kesian. If I account for late fees, I can spend more now on lattes and pay bills later. I don't know about that. XM says also $60 is already a 1 month that would last groceries for me. It's like college all over again. Yeah, but yeah, I wanted to help this because I know not everybody learned how to do like budgeting and all that stuff. We're gonna do a simulation after this, okay, you guys? And then I'm gonna see if you guys got it. I'm gonna give you homework. I'll give you guys homework. And the homework is you have to build a budget for yourself. And how do you do that? How do you do that, you guys? What do you have to take a look at? And you have to take a look at. In order to build a budget, you need to look at your... That's right. Your BS. Your bank statements. Because andaikan dulu gak habisin 300.000 per bulan buat top up, udah bisa beli Ally X2. That's true. It's tough. It's tough. Senna, are you feeling any better? I remembered you saying you were feeling sick a while ago. Hi, Mr. Fallout. It's good to see you. I'm feeling way better. No, yesterday I wasn't able to come by because my internet was not interneting. For the past few days, actually, my internet has not been interneting. But thankfully, everything is all good. I was just feeling not good because like the dust kept on getting into my eyes and my tummy hurts. Full Clip, thank you for redeeming the daily blessing and thank you for giving the mods a cookie. Bangs team, ito pintar! We call it anak pintar. We say, you're so smart, you're so smart. Reviews, I quit school because of homework. Look, the homework is good for you. This homework is practical. And you don't have to submit it, right? You don't have to submit it. This is not for me. This is for you. It's good for you. I pay my taxes so I can complain about the government. Correct. You should complain about the government. I love you guys, but sometimes you guys need to learn. Anyway, this is what I did, right? Like, this is what I did. Let's say I want art. I want to commission artists. I want to commission Tomo. I want to commission... who else do I want to commission? Right now it's cover songs, so all my art budget is going towards the cover song art. Expensivo. And my budget is like 40 every month. And then I usually write down what is the actual thing. Like, how much do I actually spend? Speaking of my homework for you guys, this is what I would recommend. I would highly suggest you take a look at Nisha's budget. I think it explains very clearly. To me, this is the budget that makes the most sense to me. Her name is Nisha. She's wonderful. Again, if you want a copy of this PowerPoint, I guess I can put it in like the Discord and all that stuff. But I'm gonna put the VOD up anyway, so hopefully it like helps a little bit as well. Nisha's budget is very easy to understand, in my opinion. This budget is, if you guys paid attention, this type of budgeting is called... What is it? These are the 4 budgets. Let's see if you remember. Do you remember? That's right. It's the zero-based budgeting. Nisha uses zero-based budgeting. I use a combination of this and this. I use a combination of reverse budgeting. Okay, let me write it down. I use a combination of this and this. Zero-based budgeting from Nisha's like freaking Google Excel. That is very extremely helpful. And we'll take a look at it. We'll break it down together, okay? And also just like reverse budgeting. Like every month, I know how much I'm going to spend. I just know it. I just know how much I'm gonna spend for like savings. I know how much I'm spending for like commissioning artists and all that stuff. And I just put it somewhere. It's a set it and forget it approach because I am what? Silly. A silly goose. Unfortunately, I've been diagnosed by silly goosery, and that is difficult. It's chronic. Anyway, I would highly recommend. Again, Nisha, this girl is just so, oh my god. You guys, she is my financial Oshi. She's beautiful. She has like a beautiful home. She seems to have like such good control of her budget, and she's so friendly. I joined her class. It was very informative and it was nice. It was so sweet. If you download the budget, she asks you like, hey, do you want to join in a Zoom meeting where I talk about like finances and all that stuff? And I did, and it was very helpful. And that's why I'm sharing the knowledge to you guys. We'll look into the budget a little bit, okay? So that way you guys know how to do it. And then a lot of the information that I learned here in this little PowerPoint came from Rich AF by Vivian too. Vivian is also another like content creator. She is a Wall Street. She used to work at Wall Street, and then she made like TikTok videos that blew up, and now she has a book. This book, I really like it. I apply this book to like like what we do in Indonesia here. There's some stuff in investing that we can't really like, it's not applicable because like what the frick is a 401k? I don't know what that is. I'm not American. But we have something called BPJS, so maybe is it the same? I don't know. I haven't really figured it out yet. But when it comes to budgeting, I actually learned a lot from Rich AF. So I hope these 2 resources really help you guys out. Why does this remind me of that guy? Oh my god, Mr. Fallout, that's like one of my favorite tweets ever. I love that tweet. He just goes like, what does he do? It's a drill tweet, wasn't it? It's a drill tweet, wasn't it? It's like 5,000, groceries, 80, 10, water, $3, food or something like that. And then he goes, 5,000 random anime, oh, candles, 3,600 on candles. Someone that's good at budgeting, please help. My family is dying. Stop spending so much on candles. No. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. Oh my god. Hi, Dr. Pegasus. Welcome in. How's it going? I hope you had a good... I'm glad to hear that you guys have eaten. It makes me happy when you guys have eaten. I've never thought I'd hear financial responsibility and Oshi together. Look, it's important that you guys learn your budgeting, okay? Highly. Yeah, the cat art. I'm so proud that you said that. You guys, art might be like the star student of the day, you guys. The candles are the non-negotiable. You're right, the candles are the non-negotiable. However, you can't spend 3,600 on candles. I'm sorry. But no, that's a really valid point. You know, sometimes you want to spend $3,600 on candles, but you can't. Can we consider maybe spending only $20 on candles? All right, that's a little bit extreme. How about we start spending only $3,000 for candles? I'm so proud of you, Art. I wish I could reach over to your screen and just go, you know? Sometimes you do have to negotiate the non-negotiables, okay? Sometimes you do have to negotiate the non-negotiables. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay. There's a lot of personal stuff in my drive, in my Google Drive. I have a whole folder called like forms and budgets, and I don't really want to show you guys because that involves like a lot of things. So I'm gonna show you this. Okay. If you go to this website, if you go to her page, if you go to this video, it just does account explains how I manage my money on payday, blah, blah. Like if you go to this website, she'll tell you, explain it. Again, for her, that is zero-based budgeting. Let me show you exactly what she has. She explained this in detail, but sometimes, I don't know if this explains it to people, but like sometimes you need someone else that is like, you're familiar with to explain things to you or else you don't understand. That's how I do it. I basically listen to her breakdown and then I have to teach myself how to use this because it was very confusing, right? It's very confusing. What I do, again, I like writing down my expenses, right? So what I normally do is, let's say this is the first time I'm making like the international spending tracker thing. I usually have another column in my Google Sheets and I label it as just like tracker. Like let's say this is June, so it's the June tracker, right? And this is where I start doing the whole how do I make a table, guys? I'll make a table. I want a blank table. Thank you. I appreciate it. I like this view. Let's say I have food. I like keeping track of what I do. So I normally like write down all my list of like savings or whatever, like $10, $20, $30, whatever. Let's say this is what I normally do. I keep track of everything that I bought, you know. Let's say I have like a bill that's crazy, that's like $123. I would make a comment and I go, you went crazy. This is $123. Why are you like this? I'm just kidding. I just explained, you know, like, oh, $123. Like, what did I spend it on? You spent it on, let's say, restaurant A. I'm walking to you guys. I know this might be a little bit convoluted, but like, this is exactly how I do my budget every single month, and I hope it helps you, right? So I have a tracker, and I have this month, right? Let's say food is like what's the total? How do I sub? There you go. Okay, I spent $183 for food. What should be my next category, you guys? What should be my next category? You guys tell me. Candles? Okay, how much am I spending on candles, guys? You tell me. Let's do this one together. Alright, that's weird. Wondering, please don't be weird. How much am I spending on candles? No, not 3,600. Choose a reasonable number. We'll do candles. 800 on candles is a little crazy, but okay. I spent, let's say I did a breakdown. I had to mentally be, and to make myself feel better, I'm gonna spend, you know, $400 on candles. Non-negotiable. And let's say my budget is actually like 4 candles. I am gonna say by candle, I could spend $800. Candles are my non-negotiable. I can spend $800 on candles, okay? I like to calm artists. Art calms. And let's make an even 50. You know, like that's my expectation. I expect to spend 50. So far, I've actually spent like 12, 18, and I think 40, unfortunately. So I went a little bit over budget this month. That's okay. Let's say that. For example. In this economy, look, it's fine. You guys said it. Water and electricity. Okay, let's do water. Electricity. How much? Okay, let's do bills. Okay, let's do bills, guys. How much are we spending on bills? Let's say water is 120. Usually it's around that. My water bill was last time when I lived in America, I think it was about like $100 or so. My internet was about like 70. My electricity, I believe, was around 85. No, it had to be like a bit more. I'm gonna do like a guesstimate of 90. This is my bills, you know. And again, if I want to know, I usually just make a comment. I do like, okay, $100, question mark. This is my electricity. Internet. And then this is my water. I don't know. Let's say rent. Rent is usually like the biggest one. I split rent about like $400 between like 2 people. So let's say $400 is in rent. Right, and by the way, don't restrict yourself to just like 6 or 7 columns. Go crazy. I usually have like 20 columns. You know, when I went to Call Me Furo, I have an entire dedicated subsection just for Call Me Furo stuff, including like transportation, merch, spending it on like freaking like, I bought like candy for everyone to like share and all that stuff. So like Call Me Furo, I did a bunch of things for Call Me Furo, so all of the expenditure goes here, you know. Let's say you really want underwear. Like this month you spent it all on underwear. You spent $250 on underwear, which is a little bit crazy, but that's what you did. Good job. Rent was 100. You know, sometimes rent can be 100. Nico, hi! How's it going? Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. And that's just one pair. That's just one pair. Exactly. Dude, you have no idea how expensive underwear is. Underwear is expensive. Okay. Underwear is expensive. You do what you need to do in this economy. I feel like women's underwear is expensive, you guys. Anyway, doesn't matter. Right, here, let's say this is our budget now, right? And what I normally do, I usually change the colors for this. Let's say food is I need food, right? Like bills, something important. I need bills. Rent, also something important. I change it to red. Art comms are my non-negotiables. I change it to my favorite color. I'll do it to yellow. I do like yellow. I'm currently in like a big yellow phase. And then green is just for fun. Oh, I forgot that candles are our non-negotiables, you guys. I completely forgot about that. Yep, candles are our non-negotiables. So these are all my fun stuff. Let's say movie tickets. This is what I do. And then, like, let's say we have like a good idea of the budget. Again, this is our simulation, right? Here's a good budget. Here's my budget for myself. Here's June. I go to my month and I take a look. How much did I get paid? I'm going to use her example here. This is something that she already wrote. She already wrote down like 3,000, sorry. 3,000 was her day job. Like every month she gets like 3,000. I don't know. By the way, she also has like this really cool like 50, 30, 20 rule if you really want to do that. If you don't, it is what it is. Over here, I usually delete these because again, I like putting my own categories for it. Like I have my own categories. So I just put it in here. Let's say for fixed, like something that is fixed is bills, right? How much did I spend on bills? I spent, oh, the song disappeared. Next one. I spent 260 on bills. I'm just gonna put it over there, right? And then rent, I spent $400 of rent, right? And then candles, I forgot. Oh Lord, you guys. Let's finish putting everything here. Food is 183. That's good. I have candles for 500. Okay. You suggested 580 we spent on candles. Okay. Wow. Art commissions, I spent $70 on it. Oh, and I forgot I spent money on underwear. Underwear is 250, right? Wow, we're in budget. We're in budget. Now we have like we have 1,257 to play around with. Now this magic number, you can do whatever you want with it, right? Like for me, again, going back to this whole rule about like reverse budgeting, what I normally do at the beginning of the month is I don't do all this first. I do like the things that need to get paid in a timely manner that needs to get taken care of. So the bills and the rent goes first. And then I immediately go Steam Deck, right? I wanted a Steam Deck and I'm going to put $100 immediately, let's say, or $50 immediately to the Steam Deck. You know, that is immediately gone from my savings to the Super Bank or to BCA wallet or to GoPay or to something, you know? Let's say art is my non-negotiable, right? I want art commissions. I need to spend like $50. This is already immediately gone, right? $50 already taken out of my budget, right? It's already taken out of like the amount that I got from my day job, minus all the bills and the rent. I already took it out, put it somewhere else. Candles for $800 worth of candles. You know what? That's what you got to do. You got your day job. You got how much you get paid a month. Check your bills, check your rent, and then set aside the money immediately after you pay your bills, after you pay your rent. Set aside the money immediately, right? Put it into candles. Put it into art. Put it into underwear. Whatever funds you need. And if you have extra, if you want to spend this whole thing on candles, I am not here to judge you, okay? I am not here. Oh my Lord, I am not here to judge you. 260 on bills. Can I have your bills? Wandering Disciple, I would love to give you my bills. That is not realistic, okay? These bills are not realistic. It is not realistic. Did I miss class? No, we're still in class, it's okay. Ooh, this is a really good question. How large should the emergency fund be? I love this. Kerjanya di luar. Enggak, ini kita cuma pakai nomor yang utuh aja. Soalnya kalau rupiah itu susah. Rupiah kan nolnya banyak kan. Takutnya orang nggak bisa tangkep gitu loh. Soalnya nolnya banyak banget. Jadi kita pakai nomor yang utuh gitu. Kalau misalnya USD itu kan cuma $1, $2, $3. Itu kan gampang kan maknanya. Kalau ini rada susah. Kalau misalnya rupiah rada susah. Tapi ini tangkapannya gampang kok. Sama. Aku juga pakai rupiah. Misalnya aku dibayar nih 8 juta kan. Aku pakainya rupiah aja. Jadi semuanya misalnya kali 3. Tambahin nolnya 3 maksudnya. You know. Hi Holy Booba, we're talking about budgeting. When I spend 1 million on a single video game and out donations think it's at USD, I know it's tough. It's expensive. SMH my head. Yeah, SMH my head. Damn. Arbs, damn. Candles are tough, man. Arbs, sometimes, see, that's what, see, Arbs missed the class. Arbs missed the part where we were talking about non-negotiables. It's okay, Arbs. We were talking about non-negotiables and how important it is to build fun in your fund. For me, it's like artist commissions. And so I put this in my budget. Like every month, I just take out, you know, $50 from my budget, put it immediately to art commissions, right? You know, that's usually what I do. Especially with debut coming soon. Oh my god, are you guys excited for debut? Oh my goodness. That's right. How large is your emergency fund? Depends. It really does depend. You want like a fixed number? Will that help you if I give you a fixed number? I say most emergencies that are non-life-threatening in Indonesian, 5 million. It's a crazy amount, you guys. It is not like, it's a crazy amount. The idea for I need the board for this again. Sorry. The idea for an emergency fund, ideally, right? Ideally, emergency fund. Ideally, emergency fund should cover 3 times or 3 months. It should cover 3 months of your salary. 3 months salary. That's emergency fund, right? Not everyone can achieve this. I am gonna be so for real with you. It is not easy to achieve this, right? If you can somehow manage to do 2, I think that's okay. My emergency funds is at least 3 months of my salary. And let me tell you guys, I'll be on. I know I said like non-negotiables are important because living is important and living is supposed to be fun. We're not supposed to be stressed out and all that stuff. When I was building my emergency fund, I did not do any of the non-negotiables. I had 0 non-negotiables because to me, this was my non-negotiable. You know, the emergency fund was my non-negotiable. I needed to make sure that I have an emergency fund built up because I was too stressed out. So this was my non-negotiable. So if your salary is, let's take Nisha's example. If your salary is like 3,000, right, a month, ideally your emergency fund should be like 3 times that, so around 9,000. You know, maybe you're someone that hates the number 9. Make it to 10,000 USD, right? If your salary is just think about it that way. Does that mean after you hit the 10,000 you stop? No, that does not mean that you stop after 10,000. I think the best thing that you can do is build like an initial emergency fund and then just add to it. Because again, the thing with emergencies is that it's unpredictable. And like, I want to cry thinking about this because like, it always hurts my heart. But like, we never know what's going to happen in our lives. And you never know when like all the money that you've saved up will be gone in like a night because like something ridiculous happens, right? Speaking from my own personal experiences, like you never know. More money you save up, the more that you can prepare for those emergencies, you know? Namanya juga emergency ya. So yeah. Did not come to stream expecting to get educated. It's okay to typo. That's okay. I just wanted to share this because like, I don't know. I recently bought something big. I recently bought a Steam Deck, right? And I'm sure a lot of people are wondering like, how do you afford that in this economy? And the answer is I couldn't if I didn't have a budget. Hi, Asian. It's good to see you. How are you, Asian? Do you do your Indonesian maths in English or Indonesian to convert it? My curious spirit needs to know. I normally do quick maths, English. Long maths, Indonesian. So like addition and subtraction, just because it's the nature of my job, I do it in English. When it comes to like multiplication or division, I do that in Indonesian. But that's because I was taught in Indonesian, right? The only reason why I do it in English is because I teach in English, you know? Mr. Fallout says this is actually super helpful. Did you teach finances or something? Nope. This is my first time talking about something like this. I think it's so important to talk about it. I think it's important to like educate people on it. And I don't know, I just wanted to share it, you know. But no, if this is helpful to you, I'm glad. That was the whole point. I really want to make sure that it's okay and you're able. Again, I'm not a financial expert. I'm just a silly goose that learned how to manage her finance, and because I learned to budget for a whole year. Ow! Thank you, Volclip, for the 100 biddies. I appreciate it. Sorry, I said ow. I mean, the hype. Thank you for the hype. I appreciate it. But yeah, I can go into depth a little bit more, but I feel like, honestly, as soon as this like understands in your brain, it starts to make sense. But in case you guys are wondering why sometimes I go, guys, I don't have the money for it. And that's because I don't, like, games are unfortunately not my non-negotiable yet, because I cannot, like, I don't know. Maybe I should put games in my non-negotiable. But looking at my budget and looking how much I currently spend on like a month, I don't think I can put games in my non-negotiable. You know, it either has to be art and games, and as a VTuber, I do like prioritizing my art. You know, I'm glad that it helps you though. Also, Sammy, hi, welcome in. I really do hope this is helpful. I hope it's good. Art says 2 emergencies back to back, so that's unexpected, but that's the nature of emergencies. That's right. No, it's 100% so real. It breaks my heart because there's nothing that I can do to help you guys in an emergency situation, right? All that I can do is just help you prepare for it, you know? Recently, it's so stinky, you know what I mean? Like, if I was a billionaire, anytime you guys have a problem, I can just be like, here's like $1,000. Here's $1,000 so that way I can make your problems disappear, right? I want to be so rich that I can just do that, but unfortunately I am not not currently in the power to do that. But I'm saving up, you guys. I'm saving up so that way I can do that. Hi James, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. Call Sina. My name is Sina and you can call me Sina. It's good to see you. Mr. Fallen says this. Thanks so much for this. I don't think I've ever seen a streamer teach this. It's both funny and also kind of endearing. I'm glad. I like to put the fun in finance. Fun in finance. Fun in funds. Because I think this can be a pretty dry subject. Especially because, like, if you figured out how to do your budget already, after that it's sort of like, I don't know if I can teach you anything else. Because investment and savings and all that stuff, like, that is so personal to you. And unfortunately, it's also personal per country, right? Like, I can't really help you in terms of like personally, like what to invest and all that stuff. I'm Indonesian, you know, that applies very little to very little people. For the fun, thank you, Volclip. I appreciate it. That's going straight to the cover art. Wandering Disciple says, see, I would normally join in and say I brought $200 in games and Steam by budgeting, but the truth is I didn't, and I'll be feeling that money later. That's what I'm trying to help you not achieve, Disciple. I don't want you to be feeling it later. I want you to be able to know that, like, if you can spend $200 on games, just make sure you know it, you know? Just make sure that you know it's coming, right? You've been wanting to start a budget now, and I'm gonna move out soon. Mr. Fallout, I highly recommend. I recommend Khmer Nishan. He's just great. Skies from Tier. It's good to see you. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Welcome in. Welcome in. You guys, one day we'll get a sugar mommy. And then I will be able to pay for everything. I'll be able to pay for everyone's college funds. It's so good to see you, Scars from Tears. Of course I remember you. You were so sweet. Life hack for budgeting becomes someone else's non-negotiable. That's so funny. Nico High says, I just spent money, so this was perfect timing. I'm sulking in the feeling. I get it. I'm gonna just talk about one more thing. Okay. And this is like, how much should you have in your bank account, right? I think this is like the most important question a lot of people ask. Like, okay, all the budgeting and stuff, I got it, Sina. I know how to do. I know I have to look at my BS. And what does BS stand for, children? What does BS stand for? That's right, bank statements. You know, I looked at my bank statements, you know, I've cut down my spending a lot. Like, I'm able to see transparently what I do. That's great. How much should you actually have in your bank account? Don't have a lot. I'm gonna be very real with you. Everything should either go to like it's called a high yield savings. Again, I talked about Superbank for all the lovely Indonesians out there because they have like really high yield savings. Even then, I wouldn't consider spending too much. Like, I wouldn't put too much money in Superbank. I think Superbank says like they will only cover upwards of 20 million in case something terrible happens, in case they go bankrupt. So don't put more money than 20 million, okay? Let's be real here. Some of us will never see that kind of money, right? Like, most of us will probably not see that kind of money. But just as a warning, I probably should let you know. Most of your money should be here, right? The one in your bank account, what's actually in your bank account should be like for day-to-day stuff, you know. An occasional little treat is okay. But you should not have too much money in your normal bank account. Like, all of that should be posted in somewhere else. Either going to your emergency fund, either going to your high yield saving, either going to like some of your funds, you know, like your Steam Deck fund or whatever it may be. Should be good. Should be good. Xavier, hi Xavier! It's good to see you, Xavier! I hope you're good. Mr. Fallout says, I've always been good with savings, not because I manage a budget. I just rarely spend anything on myself. Yeah. I think that's good. I think that's good. If you rarely spend on anything, that's great. I am unfortunately a chronic overspender until I got my own budget. Have a good lurk, Xavier. Have a good lurk. Emergency fund or food? Fund. Don't worry, fund. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, salmon and heart. Oh, I love it. When should I get a 401k? Scars from tears. I would love to help you with that. Unfortunately, I cannot. I am not American, so anything specific American is so hard. I'm sorry, you guys. I really can't answer much about like American, like 401ks. I don't know what that is. Aku cuma tahu BPJS Ketenagakerjaan. And even then, I don't know a whole ton about it. I haven't read up on it. Sorry. And when I say 20 billion, I mean 20 million rupiah, Scars. It's okay. I'm not American either, just asking for curiosity. I think for 401k, you should be talking to your employers about it, see if they can match it. And within the 401k, don't let it just sit there, you know? Make sure that the money that is in the 401k is actually used for something else. Like, invest it into the future as well. I put my extra into an ISDR easy access savings account. You get money from nothing because of interest. Mr. Follow, that's so nice! We don't have anything like that in Indonesia, I think. At the moment, I don't think we have anything like that. We do have like time deposits. You guys, that is technically considered a high yield saving account, time deposit. However, unfortunately, time deposits also require you, like, let's say you put it for 3 months at 3%, you will gain like 3% of that income, like slowly but surely. Jadi dapat bunganya gitu. But you won't be able to access it for 3 months. So have a separate bank account for your emergency fund. Highly recommend it. You know, have a separate fund for your emergency fund, something that you can easily access to. Whether or not it gains, hopefully you can gain interest from your savings account. But if you can't, it's okay too, you know. But you should be able to easily access your emergency fund. It should not be like, oh no, you know, yeah, I'm sick and I need to be hospitalized and you can't get the money out. That's bad. Don't do that. Can we have multiple bank accounts with 19? I think so. In Indonesia, it's very easy to open like multiple bank accounts, and it's easy to open up like, I would say e-wallets, you know. I remember a friend who just spends their entire paycheck on shopping. Yeah, Art. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people like that. I'm trying so that way you guys aren't like that. Daishi! Hi, Daishi. Welcome in. How's it going? I hope you're good. Oh, Scars, you're not American either. You're so funny. I heard about having money as property like paintings and antiques will reduce taxes. I heard about that too. I'm actually reading through a book about that. My brother recommended it to me. He was like, you like art. Here it is. And I'm like, oh. And the book is basically about like, should you invest in like art pieces? The answer I have recently come out of that is not unless you're like a multi-millionaire. And even then, it'll probably be very difficult. Don't think that you can buy, in my opinion, I don't think I'll be able to see a Mona Lisa unless it's like through the internet. Traveling is expensive nowadays, you guys. Hi, Nikes. How are you, Nikes? No evading taxes. Can you buy anything with 1 rupiah? No, unfortunately not. Our lowest usable denominator is 100. Technically, our lowest usable denominator is 100 full clip. You can buy candy by 100. And that is because if you know the history of like Indonesia, it used to be incredibly weak. So having 1 rupiah just makes no sense. But there used to be a 1 rupiah. It is what it is. Yeah. Art just said it. There used to be a 1 rupiah, but it's not. Does it exist? Yes. Can you use it? Can you use it? No. You cannot buy anything for 1 rupiah, unfortunately. Some people buy a Rolex because it doesn't lose value and you can sell it in the future, but this is also tied to what people will value at the object, so there is a risk too. Exactly, Mr. Fallout. I have a friend that is like big on designer bags. You know, that's just her thing. She likes buying designer bags, and she also likes selling them, right? And she has like good connections. So she'll buy them. Sometimes she'll use them, like the ones that she really wants to use, she'll just use them. And sometimes she decides like, oh, I want to sell this bag. I the purpose of me buying this bag is for investing. And then like she will hold on to this bag. And then when the prices go crazy and like the market, I don't know anything about the designer market. Okay, don't ask me any questions about that. I just hear this from her. She would just sell the bags and it will be like unused. It will still be in the like original packaging and all that stuff. So there are a lot of people that like buy, as Mr. Fallout said, there's a lot of people that buy like Rolexes, Prada bags, like really designer stuff, just so that way they are able to, they're able to do stuff with it. I think it's really, really cool. Sammy says, I have a card solely for my emergency fund. I make sure it's never used to recurring payments, and it's only possible to use it like an ATM or to withdraw pay at certain places. Sammy, that's so smart. You are so smart. That's such a good idea. I should probably open up like a second bank account for my emergency fund as well. Oh, I didn't talk about credit cards. Part of me is like, I should talk about credit cards. The other part of me is like, the best thing is like, don't, unless you're American. If you are American, sadly, you do need to use a credit card just so that way you can build. And it has to be recent too. Sometimes you just gotta. You have to make sure that your like payments aren't delayed. I would say that credit cards are sometimes good, sometimes they're not good. It depends. People have asked me like, should we get a credit card? And my answer to that is depends what you want to use it for. All right. My credit card, I have a credit card. I'll be honest with you. I have a credit card. And with my credit card right now, you guys, every like, let's say 100K I spend, I get 10K back. Sorry, this is supposed to be rupiah. I wrote it in dollars. Sorry, that makes no sense. Let me delete it. Mabi! So let's say I spend every 100,000. My lord, I wish I could type. Why can't I type? 100,000 rupiah. I get back 10,000. And then I can use this for like any other purchases. I feel like that's good. That's good enough for me. There are certain credit cards that let you get deals on like flights. For me, it's like whatever purchases, I get cash back. And I think that's a good thing. Check your credit cards. It's not necessarily a good thing to not own one. It's not necessarily a bad thing to have one. Does that make sense? There are certain credit cards that actually will help you make money. This credit card helps me make money, you know? I am already going to be spending this anyway. It's nice to get 10,000 back. And then slowly the points can accumulate and I'll be able to use it.
In this
and
economy, having a relationship and marrying is a luxury.
True. I'll get into that. And I'll be able to accumulate all the funds and then I'll be able to like spend it on something else, you know? So I will say use it with discretion. Use it with discretion. You need to decide whether or not it's worth it. Slayer, hi, welcome in. Sorry, I just got to your message. It's good to see you. I hope you're good. Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, I will say you're not better than anyone for not having a credit card. It might actually be beneficial for you to have one. Just double check. I would say double check. Always double check. Always double check what kind of credit cards that are offered. I'm always taking a look at credit cards because sometimes they do be having like good deals. Okay, can I be honest with you? There's a credit card right now that I'm looking at that has like it's like a ladies only credit card. Ooh, privilege. And let me tell you right now, that ladies only credit card, it's tempting to me. Basically, any purchases over 35,000. I think this is from UOB. I can't remember. Ladies only UOB credit card. And let me tell you guys, like again, it's not like a bad thing to not have a credit card. It might be good. I found it. Here, I am considering this because it might actually be useful for me. I'm a lady. I do all the lady things and I enjoy doing all the lady things. I don't know if you can tell. Okay. So every Wednesday, every single Wednesday, there's a list of merchants that will give you 50% off, right? 50% off every Wednesday at certain beauty merchants, of course, like only certain places will let you offer this, but it's nice, you know? Anytime I go to these department stores, again, it's only certain department stores and it's only certain grocery stores, but those are grocery stores that are like available within like my sort of like area. I get 3 times the rewards, and the rewards can get me cash back up to 400,000 rupiah or whatever it may be. I can also spend money, like let's say I go outside overseas and I like spend money on like fashion for whatever reason. It's 0% interest. So within like the first 3 or 6 months. 3 and 6 months, I think. So I can use this card overseas as well. This is not a bad thing, you know? This is not a bad thing. And there's also like, again, really cool. It will help me, again, if I'm overseas, they will help me pay my medical bills up to 150 million. It's not a bad thing to own a credit card. You just need to find a credit card that works for you. That is the be all end all, you guys. It really is. Find one that works for you. Also, thank you for watching through the ads. Yang versi cowok ada tak banyak. Again, versi cowok nggak banyak. You have to just find it. You just have to find it. So we saw none of that. Okay, let me show you it again. Thank you for letting me know. Here you go. Here's a ladies card. Oh, by the way, can I tell you guys something? I'm interested in going this way just because this is my normal salon. Getting 50% off in this in this salon, that's really, really nice. To me, it's worth it. Irwan Team, another really good like hair designer. One Piece, another really good designer. Again, this one's only 30%, but that's fine. So this is the ladies card. Again, ladies card. This is only for the ladies. Ladies, me and you. There are certain perks to this card that is interesting to me. I get 50% off every Wednesday in select beauty merchants. 50% off for a haircut? Do you guys know how much ladies' haircuts cost? Do you guys know? If you are not a woman, you do not know how expensive a lady's haircut is. It is ridiculous. But I am also paying an artist for their time. So do I have a right to complain? No, but it is really, really ridiculous how expensive it is. Having 50% off every Wednesday to go to my favorite salon, I think having this card is already worth it, in my opinion. Also, they also do deals, so that's nice. If I shop at certain fashion departments, like fashion stores, department stores, groceries, something that we all need to live, right? I get 3 times the rewards, and the rewards can be switched off to like cashback. They will invite me to certain events. I don't know what these events entail. I've never gone to that, but it might be good. Yeah, cashback on groceries. That's good. Again, it's not a bad thing to own a credit card, especially if you're American. Unfortunately, you do need to own a credit card, like for your freaking credit score things. We don't have credit scores in Indonesia. Or at least I don't think it's tracked the same way that Americans do. Credit scores are a little bit more predatory in America. It's kind of scary. But cashback is good. I think it's a good thing for you to look at certain credit cards just to see. Getting cashback on groceries is nice. It's nice. Okay? It's worth it. Make sure you double check. Why is it only for women? Why aren't there discounts or offers for men? I don't know. I'm not the bank. I would love to tell you, Scars. Unfortunately, I have no idea. I'm just talking about this particular credit card, right? There are other credit cards out there that might suit your interests and needs more. One of my friends have a credit card for traveling because he travels a lot. And he has to pay like a monthly premium, which is pretty steep. But again, that's his non-negotiable. That's for him, that's his non-negotiable. He just has to pay his credit card for a month, and he gets to like up. You guys, this is insane. He can upgrade to business class or sometimes even first class, either for free or in a discounted rate. And he travels relatively frequently. Do you know how like nice that is? He can just go to a different city in first class because his credit card lets him do that.
Extra careful on getting a credit card. I've seen some banks charging you just for owning the card and not even using it.
Scars from Tears, you are so exactly right. Those are called premium. There's called a premium, what is it called? It's called premium. It's called a premium. Double check. Again, I am not a financial expert. I am only talking about what I know. Always double check. Do you have to pay a premium fee in order to have this credit card? This lady's credit card, this one that I was talking to you guys about, this does have a premium, which is why I haven't really like gone into it yet. I don't know if it's a non-negotiable for me. I don't know if it's that worth it yet for me. Again, for me. I think this credit card is pretty good, right? From my own judgment, from what I know about myself, I think this credit card would be something good for me to use in the future, right? In the future, this might be something that I am interested in, like maybe something that I'm interested in having. Because when I live alone, getting cash back on groceries, oh my lord. Being able to use that money for the next groceries, oh my lord, you basically get like free money, essentially. But again, double check the premiums, double check the costs. It's so good, right? Just make sure you check. This is where you have to use your things. The One Piece is real. Yes, the One Piece is real. Unsatisfactory Sailor, it's so good to see you. I hope your last assignment is doing good. I'm praying for you. I hope you're all good. Oh my lord, you're in the negatives right now. Make sure to check your BS, okay? Check your bank statements. Sammy says, my partner got his haircut for $20 US AUD in the back. I was shocked. It cost me almost 6 times that much for it to get less done. Sammy, when I lived in America, I need to tell you right now that it costs $10 USD. $10. You guys, $10. It costed me $10 to get my male friends a haircut. Do you know how much it costed me at a very, like, this isn't even a fancy salon, you guys. This is like a neighborhood mom and pop salon. It costed me almost like $45. That's not even double. It costed me almost quadruple the amount. For him, it was $10. For me, for a simple haircut, was $45. And again, it's the fact that like the women's haircuts just is like tailored a little bit differently, right? It's a little bit more difficult and all that stuff. It's tough. That styling fee is hard, you know, because it's hard to make a woman look. I say this with a lot of love. Most guys look good with a high tapered fade, right? Most guys look good with just like the long at the top and then the fade at like the sides and all that stuff. It will work for 90% of men. Women is a little bit harder. You can say you want a bob, right? But even within a bob, cutting your hair short, not everybody's facial hair type will suit the same exact bob. So I completely understand the challenges. It is tough out there. Mr. Paula says, I get a thing through work that gives me access to discounts in stores. It's only like 4%, but it adds up. Dude, 4% is so nice. 4% on grocery stores is so good. Yes, 100%. You're so right, Mr. Fallout. Double check with your credit card companies. If they give you extra, most of the time, there are hidden fees. And those hidden fees are, it can be, what is the English for nyakekenya? Like it might be too much. So again, you gotta look at your BS. You gotta look at your bank statements. Look at your entire portfolio. My recommendation, and this is my homework for you guys because I love you and I want you guys to be good. You need to have a budget. Your homework for this weekend, this whole week. Maybe it'll take you like 5 whole days to figure this out. That's okay. Have a budget. I gave you a recommendation. Nisha, chef's kiss. I like the way that she lays it out because it's not making me panic. It's so simple. It's so easy. I can figure it out, right? I make myself a tracker for whatever things that I have in the month, you know. I just have a tracker for all of this, right? And I put it in my monthly. I put it monthly over here, you know. Eventually, when I start to make money from streaming, I want to be able to use that. I want to be able to use this specifically for just my streaming needs. Because then, like, the bills will be different. The fun, like this, the fix and the fun in the future will be like all different things. Like the fix might be like art commissions. I don't know. The fun or the fix might be like paying my mods, right? Because I really want that to be a fixed thing. I want to be able to get like, if I have a set amount from streaming, I want to be able to pay my mods every single month. Like that will be my fixed thing, right? I want to be able to pay Arbs. Arbs deserves to get paid for the time that he spends here and dealing with us and dealing with me. You know. I want to be able to pay Clippers, you know, for making content outside of Twitch. I'm not there yet, unfortunately. No, that's what it is. But if I get like enough money, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to do like every month, I want to be able to release a song, a cover song. I think that would be fun. You know, I want to make an entire spending tracker for just streaming alone. I think that'll be so fun for me. But I'm getting there. But yeah, it starts with you. It starts with budgeting. It starts with knowing your categories. It starts with looking at your BS. It starts with inputting your categories. And it starts with putting it on here. And honestly, what a perfect time to do it because it's the 30th of June, which means tomorrow is the 1st of July, which means you guys, you will be able to do this. Your bank statements should be out in the beginning of the month. At least that's for Indonesians. Indonesians, we usually get it in like I think my bank account might be out. My bank statement is already out by today. At the latest tomorrow. So tomorrow, I'll let you know. The majority of my morning is I'm going to spend it on this. I'm going to spend it on this just to double check. You know, that's what I do. Oh my gosh, Maine, hi. Welcome in. How's it going? I know I do like long hair on men too. Which means they'll have to do the styling fee as well. I just got here. How does one obtain the spreadsheet? Oh yeah, let me link it over on the Discord. I'm not gonna send you this spreadsheet, obviously, because I did not make this. If it's something that I made, I would share with you guys immediately. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to send you the file. I'm gonna do this. I just sent you Nisha's I just sent you Nisha's thing in the Discord so that way you can take a look. Full Clip, have a good one. Thank you so much for coming over as always. I really do appreciate all the support. Have a good one. Have a good one. Thank you for coming over. Good job nabbing a stream deck. Thank you. Thank you, Rain. I'm excited for you. Up next, we're gonna do stuff. Yeah, it's in the Discord. So if you want to take a look at the Discord, I showed you her video. Again, I don't feel comfortable sharing this particular, like this Excel sheet is in the video. I just would rather, you know, like I want to support my fellow content creators. So I'm giving you the video so that way you can watch it. Listen to her talk so that way you also have like a good picture of it. And then you can go ahead and come back. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the Discord. I'd love to find out. Honestly, something that I want to start adding in the Discord is like, like ask the community type of forum where like no stupid questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question, but you got to be ready to be educated. And you can just like ask questions and either myself or someone else in our smart community will be able to answer it. So I'll probably, like that channel is probably going to open up sometime soon. But yeah, I think it's good. Can you move your head slightly? Where? Where am I moving my head? You just get head. You just get Cinnamon right now. I'm gonna maybe give a good crack at this. Makasi Bennett is honestly such really helpful advice. Yippee! I'm happy to hear that. That's all I want to do. I know not everyone is blessed to be able to like learn how to budget and all that stuff. I certainly didn't know how to budget until, again, I read Rich AF and I listened to Nisha. These are my two OGs. These are my two girlies. Again, I wouldn't know what I was talking about if it wasn't for these two. So I have a lot to thank for these two for their knowledge. I'm just someone that is able to take in all that knowledge and I try to show it off to you. I try to like give it back to you, right? I want you guys to have your own Steam Deck. It doesn't have to be a Steam Deck. It can be just whatever it is, right? Maybe it's to travel to Iceland. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Maybe it is to go to a concert, right? It doesn't have to be something big like a Steam Deck. Steam Decks are really freaking expensive, you know? Maybe you just want to be able to start small and see if you can budget going to like the movies. And every month you put in like $1, $1. You know? Start small. It doesn't have to be something big. I was really proud of myself. I'm really proud that I was able to purchase a Steam Deck from the budget that I have created. I'm really proud of it. You guys, I'm so proud of myself. Oh my lord, I did it. It sucks that being poor is a lot more expensive than being rich. Correct. Nikes, it's tough. It is really tough out there, okay? It's really tough. It's not, again, I'm gonna say this from the very bottom of my heart. I know I am coming from a pretty, like, I would say that I'm coming from a pretty privileged background, right? I have a job, you know, I have a job that pays me well. But I never learned how to do this thing either. So I wanted to share the knowledge of what I know to you guys, you know? But it's tough. It's tough out there for the people that don't have jobs because like you can budget as much as you want. It is tough if you don't have a job. It is tough not to have like a fixed income, right? So freelancers, I feel your pain. As a freelancer, your job might be, your budgeting might look a little bit different from the way I would. You know, if you're freelance, underestimate what you would put over here. Underestimate. If you are someone that can take commissions and you know for sure every single month you can make up to like $1,000 in commissions, let's say, make that 800, you know, make that 800 for all the freelance people. That is probably what I would recommend. Cause it's not easy, you guys. It's so not easy being freelance and trying to like find work and all that stuff. It's not easy. Yeah, it all starts from number 1. Finding your and checking your BS. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. But before that, I'm just gonna read last minute stuff. Lads! Hi, Lads! How's it going? We just finished our talk on budgeting. How's it going? Vika says, amin kan tabungannya sukses karena gue paling lagi kalau pergi jalan sama temen hilang 500 ribu itu mahal loh. Wow. Holy smokes. That's expensive, Pico. Ingat, if you like going out with your friends every month, 500 ribu kamu udah harus udah harus ikhlasin, hilang aja. Ibaratnya hilang aja ya, bukannya maksudnya bener-bener hilang gitu loh. Tapi ibaratnya hilang aja, like it's gone, right? Especially if you go every single month. Kan banyak tuh yang kayak arisan-arisan gitu, itu kan pasti hilang kan duitnya kan. I don't know if that is the proper. I don't know if that's a good analogy. Mr. Fall says this is unfortunately true. I remember being broke and buying the same pair of crappy shoes about 12 times because they fell apart. It probably totaled to what an actual good pair of shoes would cost. Mr. Fallout, I get it. It's tough out there. I have also heard the same predicament of wearing the same sort of shoes. I feel like is the most important one, you know? It's hard because not everybody is able to get one good pair of shoes all the time, you know? It's tough. Mr. Fallout, I hope you're in a better position now. Tough. I miss us in a budgeting talk. We'll watch the fight. Yeah, no worries. And if you need anything to simplify, let me know. I need a theme for a game like medieval. Oh. How about medieval? I've been thinking of downloading The Sims Medieval to play it again in my off time, just so you guys know. Alright. I think that's about it that I can say. If you have any further questions, check out the Discord. I'd love to answer questions. Again, I'm not a financial expert. I'm just a silly goose with a budget. But I do think that silly goose with a budget can help you at least a little bit. Tiap bulan 2 pergi jalan sama teman itu, tiap nongki 500 ribu sekali nongkrong sendiri cuma hilang 20. Wow! See, Pico, that's what you need to do. Check your BS. If you know for sure that every 2 months you have to spend out 500k with this friend, maybe you need to change some things about it, because 500k is not that is not a small amount, my friend. That is a lot. That is a lot. Maybe you need to talk to them about hey, I don't think I can spend 500k a month. I think that's a little bit crazy, right? I don't know, just food for thought. Just food for thought. But yeah, I hope this helps you simplify your budgets. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to talk to you guys about it. I'm just a silly goose with a budget. I'm not a financial expert, but I can do my best to help. Or at least I can point you to resources. And someone that's smarter than me can help. Alright, I'm gonna scoot on out because I have been sitting over here for 2 hours and I would like to take a little bit of a break. While I'm gone, a 3-minute ad will be playing so that way you can have a whole hour of uninterrupted time with me and Enoki. I have asked Enoki and she has said yes. She's agreed and we are going to play Peak together, which I am so very excited for. It's been a while since I've been able to play any games with Enoki, and I'm so happy that I'll be able to talk to her soon. So I'm gonna be right back. Enjoy the music. While I am gone, Arbs will keep you for company. Exclamation point fruity, exclamation point vibes, exclamation point. Exclamation point. What am I thinking of? I forget. Oh, vibes. Tell me what the vibes are. Oh. Is something wrong? Oh no, apparently it works. Alex, hi, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for coming over and thanks for saying hi. Welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. Did you guys eat already? Oh, while I'm gone, now's a good chance for you guys to stretch, drink some water, eat your meds if you haven't already. To all you silly goose that sometimes forget your meds, make sure you drink your meds, please. Please, drink your meds, get a snack, drink some water, and I'm gonna be right back. I just need to use the bathroom, I need to fill up my water, and I need to take a break because I have been streaming for 2 hours. I'll be right back, okay, you guys? Please take care of each other, take care of yourself. If you die in my chat, you're banned for the rest of your life. Okay, goodbye!